So we really talked a lot about adding and subtracting integers. We've talked about absolute value and comparing, ordering, all those things. Now let's talk about multiplying and dividing integers. So if you have positive, negative number, when you multiply them, what do you get? When you divide them, what do you get? The cool thing about multiplying and dividing, both have the exact same rule, and the rule is really simple. So the rule here is if you have the same sign, it's always going to be positive. Always. Same sign. Doesn't matter if it's negative and negative or positive and positive, it's always going to end up positive. So you might have a negative times a negative, you're going to get a negative number. Or a positive times a positive, you're going to, oops, I did it wrong. I hope you'd notice that. Positive. Negative times negative will always get you positive. Positive times positive will always get you positive. The way I think about this is with this agreement. Whenever you agree with something, it's a positive thing. Like if I agree, let's take football and Packers and Bears. So if I'm a Packer fan and I'm talking to another Packer fan, we agree that's a positive thing. All right. If I'm a Packer fan and I think negatively about the Bears, and someone else I'm talking to thinks negatively about the Bears, we agree it's a positive thing. So whenever you have agreement, it could be a negative agreement, it could be a positive agreement. It's always going to be a positive thing. It's a good thing. You want to agree with people. Okay? So anytime there's an agreement, negative and negative, positive. Positive, positive, positive. So agreement gets you a positive. So like negative 5 times negative 3, it's a negative and a negative. They agree, so it's going to be a positive. So it's going to be 15. All right? If I have 3 times 4, this is a positive and a positive. They agree, it's going to be positive. It's going to equal 12. Anytime you have agreement, negative, negative, multiply it, you're going to get a positive. Same with division. So if I have negative 15 divided by 5, negative 15 divided by negative 5, it's a negative and a negative, it's going to give me a positive 3. Same as if they were both the same sign, positive 15 divided by a positive 5 is going to give me a 3. With division, multiplying and dividing, same sign equals positive. You just have to remember that. If you're multiplying or dividing, if you have two of the same signs, it's going to be positive, always positive. It's a good thing to be in agreement, either negatively in agreement or positively in agreement. But as long as you're in agreement, it's a positive thing. Now, if you understand that, you'll understand that disagreement would be a negative thing. So, if I have a negative times a positive, or a positive times a negative, or a negative divided by a positive, or a positive divided by a negative, these do not agree, these do not agree, these do not agree, these do not agree. Whenever you don't agree with someone, you have the possibility of a negative situation happening. So, negative negative, negative, negative. If they don't agree, it's negative. If they do agree, positive. That's the rule. Simple, easy. So let's do some of these. Of course, the most basic is what we've been doing since third grade. Oh no, these are different. Okay, that would be if they're the same. Say I have negative 5 times positive 3. This one is negative. This one is positive. They do not agree because they do not agree. It's a negative thing. So it's a negative. And then 5 times 3 is 15. Okay. Now, if I have a negative 2, no, I'm going to make that a positive 2. Positive 2 times negative 4. Positive and negative, ooh, don't agree. Don't agree. So now I'm going to have a negative. Now I just multiply the numbers. 4 times 2 is 8. Negative 4 divided by 2. Negative 4 divided by 2. This is a negative, this is a positive. They do not agree. I know I'm going to get some sort of negative number. So 2 goes into 4 2 times. Okay, so negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2. What if I would do negative 15 divided by 3? Positive number and a negative number. Ooh, don't agree. Bad. So it's going to be negative. Now, how many times does 3 go into 15? 5 times. 5 times 3 is 15. Subtract 0. It's a negative 5. Positive. A negative divided by a positive gets me a negative. Negative divided by a positive gets me a negative. I could have 15 divided by negative 5. So I have a positive divided by a negative. But they're still there. They don't agree. So it's going to be negative. 3. For multiplying, negative and a positive. Disagreement, negative. Positive, negative. Disagreement, negative. Okay, so for multiplying and dividing, the rule is easy. If there's agreement, it's a positive thing. If there's a disagreement, it is negative. Okay? And that's the same with multiplying and dividing. 2 positives will get you positive. 2 negatives, they agree, will get you positive. Negative and a positive, negative, positive, negative, negative. So you got to think, do they agree or do they disagree? All right.